Hello, ClickUp just released a new feature called Custom Commands in Search. Now this is a pretty techy feature, but this video is going to quickly show you how to use it and how to do way more than you expect with it. So if we jump in here, this is the release notes. They kind of go over what you can do, and simply in ClickUp, if you hit search, you can go custom commands or just type in commands, and you can either go to commands or create a new one. So we'll go to the command center. It's a little pop-up box. You'll almost never use this except for creating new commands. They give you a few examples here. You can put in a link. So for example, when you're in search, you could say zoom, and a little option will come up here with your custom created command, and it would input a zoom link. Same thing, you can do that with a clipboard snippet, which is pretty similar. I'm not going to talk about those today. I'm going to talk about the cloud ones. So cloud ones are a little bit more complex. What they're doing is they're sending a webhook. If you're not familiar with what a webhook is, it's basically like shooting a packet of information to a hook, or think of it as like a butterfly net that's going to catch that information. So you're shooting some information to somewhere on the internet. It's going to catch it and then do something, return something. So that requires a tech infrastructure, some sort of back end to do the catching and processing. Now, either you need to be a coder or you can just use Make. So Make is a software that I recommend that everyone have. It's just easy automations. So I'm going to show you today how to use Make to set this up to do basically anything you want from a command in ClickUp. So sign up to Make. It's free. You get 1,000 operations or something per month for free. I'll put a referral link in the description. If you want to do me a solid, feel free to use that in case you do decide to upgrade. It's about $10 a month. But all you need to know is this create new scenario button up the top. So hit that. Now we need to catch and process a webhook. So we'll click on this big button and we'll type in webhook, and it's got a webhooks app. So we're going to use that. So we want to have a custom webhook, and it'll task us to create a new one. We'll say add, give it a good name. Now you probably name it after what you're going to do, but here I'm just going to go custom command 1. Okay, and it's generated a new webhook with this URL. So this is the location on the internet that we shoot the information to. So I'll copy that and then go back into ClickUp and paste that. So now we're sending our information to a particular place. We need to give this a name. Okay, I'm going to be lazy and just call it automation 1. You really should name it after what it actually does. Now it's got a bunch of documentation on how to design the code to make this work. Don't worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create the code. I'm going to show you on the screen here, and I'm also going to put it in the video description. So you can just copy and paste, because we only need one set thing in here, and then everything else will be done in Make. If you're not familiar with Make, I'll also put my link to my Make course. It's free in the video description. So you can learn the basics, particularly the ClickUp related stuff, pretty quickly. So description of what it does, fill this out just for later reference, and then the alias. And the alias is what words you're going to type into ClickUp to make it happen. So I'm going to say auto1, create command. Awesome. So now if we go to exit out of this and out of this, we can go hit the S key for search and then auto1, and we see it comes up immediately. It doesn't even have to take the time searching. So that comes up immediately. If I hit enter, it's now run that. And it's giving me an error code because I haven't set up the back end yet. Let's go into Make. Let's set that up. So we've got a custom webhook. We now need to send some information back to ClickUp. So actually, if I click on run this module only, and then do that again, run again, we'll see that it received that trigger. So now we need to send some information back, and to do that, we'll use a Webhook Response. And this is where the code goes. So in here, I'm going to type in some code. Again, don't worry, just copy it out of the video description. So here's our code. There's one piece of information here you might want to change, and that's just the title. You may wish to call it something else. So you can change it from automation 1 to something else. Everything else you're going to leave the same. So what it's basically doing is saying, hey, return a form. On that form, put 2 questions. The first question is going to be, actually, we don't need your name. Let's get rid of that. One question. That question is going to be the task ID. It's useful to pass that information to the automation, so it's got something to run on. Otherwise, it just has to do the same thing every time. It's got no dynamic information. So let's save that, and I'm going to turn it on. Now, if we go back into ClickUp, again, we'll go search auto 1, run that. Okay, so now it's gotten a response, and I've messed it up by putting in a comma there. So this is why I'm going to do the coding for you. It's super picky. You got to get it just right. Okay, so save that. Make sure this is on. And now we'll go back into ClickUp. So here, the full process is search, type in our, what we called it, automation 1, and now it's going to return this form. So here we want a task ID. So probably what we're going to be doing is we're going to be in a task. The task ID is right up there. So we'll grab that task ID and then Control K, and then we'll type in auto 1. So Control K is just a different way of getting a search, and it works whilst you're in a task. So automation 1, we'll open that, we'll paste in our task ID, or you can just copy it now, paste that in, and then hit run again. Okay, now let's just return that form again. So we need to give it a second action to happen when you paste in a task ID. So to do that, we'll jump back into make, and here we'll give it a router. So it can have two different options. So here's our router, and then we'll clone that one and put that there. Now, this last time it ran, if we go into this little one bubble here, we can see the information it passed through. It passed through task and our task ID. So on the first route, we want to say no task ID. So this is the first time it runs and it doesn't have this. We'll say task does not exist. Great. Second time it runs, we say has task ID. And we say that task ID does exist. It exists. So now we've got one option that happens when it doesn't exist the first time, and one option that happens when it does exist the second time. So we'll save that. In here, let's change this up a little bit. So this is where you basically insert whatever you want to have happen. And it could be 1,000 modules long. It could do 100 things to this task. What do you want to have happen to this task? In this particular case, let's go into ClickUp. Okay, and let's have a look. What should we do to this task? Let's say we'll list the subtasks and then mark them all as complete. I mean, I don't know why I would do this, but it's just an example. So let's go edit task. Great. So in this response module, we're going to paste some different code. And again, this will be in the video description. And all this is saying is when it happens, send back a response that's going to show you an outcome. It's going to be a toast message. Okay. The title of it's going to be outcome, and the message is going to be processing now, right? Just so we know that something's happening. Then we're going to list the subtasks for that task. Account here, have no limit, and the parent task ID is the task ID we're triggering this on. And then we'll get those task IDs from this module. Just wait for this to load properly. There we go. So grab the task ID and then let's say change the status to something else. Let's just see what statuses we've got in this list. Now you'd have to be careful. This would only work on this particular list that has these statuses. But generally, when you build an automation, you're going to be doing more than just this. This is just an example. So let's say training. Let's change them all to training. Okay, save. So now let's find a task with some subtasks. Let's use this one. So we've got a subtask here, and let's make another one. Cool. So we'll go Control K to bring up our search. Auto 1, enter. Great, it's asking for the task ID. Let's grab this one. Hit run. Great. And then hit enter again. And it's going to say processing now down here, in the bottom left-hand corner. And then what we should see is in a second, these two should update to training. There we go. Ta-da. So the concept is pretty simple. The concept is you enter some sort of command into search and then enter in the task ID or whatever the list ID you want it to run on. And then you can build basically anything on the back of that. Either you can build it yourself. Again, I'll link my Make course in the description. It's pretty simple. You just grab the apps you want, grab the modules you want, and then like fill in the details like you saw me do here. Or if you do want someone to do it for you, feel free to reach out and contact me. This is a service we do. But really powerful. One key thing I want to show you before we finish is if we go into commands again, this command is currently private, but you can share it with the entire workspace. So you can build these commands for your whole team so everyone can use them. And it's a really quick way to minimize manual admin work, speed things up, and save more time with ClickUp. Awesome. That's it for today. Go well. Let me know if you have any questions.